Over the last couple years, we have dealt with many food shortages, empty shelves in the grocery stores. We have gotten comments from all over the world on a lot of different products that have been in short supply. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what we've gone through with food shortages and what's coming in 2023. A lot of this doesn't make sense anymore, but you know what? We're going to go over a couple things here that I saw online, a few products here, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot more than this. And I kind of thought that a couple of these were funny, but I found in 2023 they are expecting shortages of corn, beer, champagne, 10 canned food and drinks, so probably aluminum drinks. They've been saying this about pop, soda pop, for a while. They said the aluminum shortage is what's causing pop and stuff to go up in price. Well, if that's the case, why is there so much of it? Soda pop and beer, canned beer, aluminum cans, seem to be, at least around here anyway, have been in plentiful supply. It seems like it's just everywhere. The only thing that I notice is that the price, I guess the price of aluminum is pretty expensive, but when you're charging $8.99 for a 12-pack of soda pop, I don't know. It's just a little ridiculous for me. We've been getting comments all about soda pop lately, and not surprised to see that one on the list. But a couple more here to note. Tuna cans, tuna in the can, may be going up in price, but they're expecting that there may be a shortage of that. And meat and eggs. We've been seeing meat prices go through the roof lately. We've been seeing steak prices very high, even for last year when we saw them go up initially and then come back down a little bit. Even sale prices are getting very high on like steaks and stuff. Even hamburger, we saw hamburger go up a little bit at Kroger, even their sale price. When they would sell the meat in the flavor seal tube that was under $3 on the sale per pound, now it's at $3.29 per pound. In their cheapest way to pack it in the tube, the flavor seal tube. And most of you guys know I go over this stuff all the time. But the number one is baby formula. What a shock. Baby formula. The one thing that we need, babies can't tell us like, oh, well, we need this baby formula. We need this, we need that. They can't talk. They're babies. And, I just find it shocking that we cannot get this together. We have had to rely on countries like Australia and the United Kingdom to get us baby formula, the Bubs from Australia and the Kindle from the UK. Guys, I'm telling you, it's been well over a year since I've been covering this, and it doesn't seem like anybody's talking about it. We keep hearing about factory fires and train derailments and all this stuff, and that's a whole other story that we may go into later. But, it's like, I just don't understand why we can't keep this together, why we can't get baby formula. A lot of you out here were wanting me to talk about food shortages a little bit. I've noticed in the comments lately, we have had, there were a couple people from Arizona that were talking about some food shortages in the stores, and we've had a couple about Walmart. And when we start hearing it from Walmart, I really starts to hit the brain, because Walmart usually always has this stuff. Normally we'll hear something at Kroger like, oh, Kroger, like we saw this year, Kroger vegetables was gone for a while. Not gone, but they were getting wiped out, and not getting them back in. Kind of like the pasta, it was like Kroger pasta would be gone for a while and then it would come back. We saw initially last year when it was gone forever, came back at a higher price. That's another thing that we've noticed a lot. When products go away, they say, oh, there's a shortage. Well, if there's a shortage, then why is it 30 days later it comes back with new advertising and a much higher price? Okay, now a relatively short list of some of the food shortages that I wanted to go over in 2022 that I believe are going to be significant shortages this year also. One of them is not meat, okay, and I know we've gotten a lot of comments all around the world on how there's been meat shortages and stuff like that. So yes, I would assume that is going to be a problem, but again, we're seeing price go up so much on it that a lot of people just aren't going to pay the price. So I have a feeling that it's going to be in the stores if you want to spend $20 a pound for a ribeye. As most of you guys know, I do a lot of math on these products, and I kind of, we go based on trends, right? We see a lot of things, we'll see lettuce go out of one store. We'll find it at like Aldi or something, but it'll disappear at like Kroger for a couple weeks. And then we'll start getting comments from all over the country. Hey, where's the lettuce? Remember a couple months ago when all the lettuce was brown, when it was terrible? It's like it had been sitting on a container for a long time and they were just trying to get rid of it. I don't know, but that's something we were all noticing. We were noticing like a lot of produce. We saw romaine lettuce, selling romaine lettuce, three things of romaine for $5, and it wasn't even green. It was like bright white, and it's like, I'm sure it just sat there. I mean, every time we went to Kroger and saw it, I didn't see anybody buying it. I never saw one pack missing. It's just these little things we need to keep up on, guys. That's why we always talk about, there's a few things we always talk about on this channel. One, stocking up on the sales of the things that you use. And I'm going to explain that more here in just a second. But I have a feeling we are going to be seeing some more shortages. The other day, I did a video on how these prices are never coming down, which I know a lot of you have already seen that. But I don't see this happening. When we see shortages on things, we see things come back at a higher price. Look at Similac. As we saw Similac, the baby formula, the Similac Sensitive I'm convinced that is the most popular baby formula on the planet. We get hundreds of comments. I get emails of people trying to find the Similac. And I will say what I say in the videos here is that if you're having trouble, make sure you check out your local pediatrician or maybe some other pediatricians. Maybe they have other ways to find it. Maybe check out some different programs that might be able to find it, or put your baby on a formula that they're going to be able to use, because this has been a serious situation for a long time. And I feel like this story, they had a story about this last September. What was ironic about that is that it was a couple days after I did a video about it, and they, the news and everybody, they were saying, oh, well, because I guess there was a fire or something at the Similac plant out west. But I mean, this was after it was already an issue. It was already an issue, and they made it like it was a big deal, and they weren't talking about it, and they're still not talking about it, And then there was a story of how, we're going to start getting the Australian formula and all that, and then it just stopped. Like I don't know. That's why I'm doing videos like this, guys, because these are things that people aren't talking about. I am in the grocery stores every day trying to find you the best prices that we can, going over sales to try and save you money. Also, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We do these videos every day to try and help you. Make sure to share our video on your social media to help spread the word, because seriously, guys, this information is not getting out here. These kind of things, I've been kind of, going over some of these things lately that I've been doing over the last couple years. And it's like you go and you try to find a lot of this stuff on the news. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody. Okay, so away from the ramble for a minute, I'm going to go over now this is just a handful, and feel free to let us know down in the comments, what shortages you have seen over the last year. Make sure you put it in the comments. Also, if you don't mind, put at least what state you're in. If you can, city and state. Don't put your address or anything like that. We have actually had people do that before. Do not do that. Don't put your phone number or something like that on social media. Don't ever do that. Just put your city and state, and you wouldn't believe how many people you help out by doing that. But anyways, here are some of the major shortages that I have seen over the last year and a half. Frozen potato products. Frozen potato products like fries, hash browns, anything that has to do with frozen potatoes. Because we had a potato shortage, it was about 8 months ago, toward end of last summer. And as most people remember, all the potatoes looked terrible. They were like black. We were going to different Walmarts, Kroger, okay, I will say the ones at Kroger looked okay. But we were even the ones that we saw at Sam's Club or Costco that one time, they didn't look good either. I almost feel like a lot of these companies were not using the potatoes, and that could have been a reason why there was a major shortage. But again, when you really think about it, because we tend to forget, right? It's like, that's why I like doing stuff like this, so that we can remember what we went through over the last year, to learn from our mistakes. because that's important in life. You have to learn from your mistakes. And we did see frozen potato products go up. We just saw Ore-Ida fries go up. Like the fries and the hash browns. 32 ounces of fries for $5.99 at Kroger. $5.29 at Walmart for the same thing, so a little cheaper. But they did go up there too. And 8 months ago, we saw store brand fries start to skyrocket. We saw Kroger brand go from $1.79 to $1.99, $2.29, and now $2.99. $2.99 a bag. Some of the seasoned ones are going up to $3.29. Meijer has jumped too, right about the same time. It was lagging a little bit. They were still a little cheaper at Meijer there for a while, but now Meijer fries are $2.99 as well. Bananas. Bananas have been an issue as of late. We've been getting comments. They've been coming more and more in our stores, but we've seen where they've actually taken sections out of banana aisles and putting other things in, like pomegranate, stuff that normally doesn't go in the middle. Like they'll have the organic bananas right here, and then they'll have the regular bananas right here. Well, I've noticed at Kroger and a lot of other stores, they've been putting like middle sections because they want it to look full. They want, they don't want to have all of their bananas out there at one time. If it gets empty, usually like at Kroger, they'll have like boxes of more bananas, but they have so many that they put out at a time, right? So it's like, and it's been, it's not like what it was a couple months ago, but we are starting to see a little bit of a shortage on bananas again. Canned goods have been, I put tomatoes, because we already talked about that, the diced tomatoes, that was an issue. Pretty much all canned tomatoes. Now, okay, so I put pop, right? We say pop here in Ohio. Soda pop, soda. Now I put pop with a question mark, okay, because pop, I don't feel, okay, like right here I put Kroger, okay, because Kroger had an issue with their big K-pop a few months ago. They weren't getting any in. Everybody was saying it was aluminum shortages and all that. I said, is it that, or are they trying to figure out how they're going to raise the price? And the reason why I even question that or say that is because if that's the case, then why is Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, all this just flooded? I've seen like more soda pop now than I ever have. Let me know down below. Have you noticed more and more soda pop? And I'm hoping that people stop buying it, or at least stop buying as much, or at the least buy it when it's on sale. Jeez, I mean, it is $8.99 for a 12-pack now. $8.99. It keeps going up, guys. It has gone up $1 each month. Right back before Christmas, it was $6.99, and I was like, $6.99? That's crazy. And then right after Christmas, right before the new year, it went up to $7.99. Now, to be fair, I had not actually seen it for $7.99 because when they put these high prices out, that's what they're doing. They're slapping a sale on it here for a while. But now we saw the sale price go to $7.99, taking us away from the view of what it really is at $8.99 regular price. $3.49 for a 2-liter. Okay? Now that's plastic. Oh, well, we have an issue with plastic. Let's just keep rolling them off. It's like, I feel like it's just one excuse after another, guys. And at some point, we have to start looking at these other things, because it's like, okay, so you're charging the extra because of the aluminum. So you're charging more because of the plastic too? You've gone from $2.49 a 2-liter, which was insane, just two and a half months ago, back in November. Okay, somewhere in November it went up to $2.49. Then $2.99, people started talking about it. I'm not paying $3 for a daggone 2-liter. And now they're $3.49. $3.49. I had a guy who came up to me, who knew me from the channel at Kroger the other day, and he said that he can't afford to buy a 12-pack of pop anymore. He doesn't want to buy 3 of them because that's how many you had to buy to get them for $7.99 a piece. Right, is buy 3 or more, get them for $7.99 instead of $8.99, which is ridiculous. And he said he held a 2-liter in his hand. He says, "Well, I guess I'm doing a good thing. I'm cutting back." And sure, yeah, I mean, guess that's good. You're drinking less pop. Me and Jessica have quit drinking pop for our health mostly, but also because it's too expensive. Guys, I'm telling you, You know, I'm putting out these little news breaks here so that we can be aware, so that we can be prepared. Food shortages is just part of it. Food shortages, we can work around that. You know, what we were all talking about this a couple years ago when we were talking about getting more creative with our meals. Absolutely, we have gone from getting more creative to the bare minimum here. And with benefits being cut down some, a lot of people are hurting because of that. You know, we're, like I said, instead of mostly doing the things like we've normally done on the channel and kind of just look at different things, we're focusing only on the sales because we have to. Okay, now there's many more than this, but I'm going to go over the significant ones here that we have seen just over the last year. Obviously, pet food. Pet food was blamed on the aluminum when we couldn't find any canned cat food. Canned cat food was gone for a straight year. I mean, it was gone. People were going through Chewy.com. People were ordering on Walmart. And also right now, I believe Chewy, I don't know when it ends. Some people were leaving in the comments that they have a special offer going on. Anything over $35 is free shipping. Usually it's $49. So if that sale is over, it's $49 free shipping. Some people were saying that it had actually gone up in price. So you do kind of have to do the math on that. But a couple other ones here was pasta, right? Pasta was a big one. Bread. Okay, here's an interesting one. Bread was never really an issue here. Okay, now we find areas where we won't see Sunbeam. We did have that issue. Sunbeam was gone for a little while. A lot of Kroger bread was gone for a while. We saw that come back at a higher price because that was $1.49 a loaf. And then we saw when it started coming back, it was $1.99 a loaf. It had jumped 50 cents when it started coming back. And then produce has kind of been varied throughout the country. Never really had an issue here. But this is something that I want to quickly say about produce. And I know people say in and out of season and all that stuff, but the thing that I notice in the stores is that these prices on produce, they'll have sales when they're getting overloaded, right? And you see raspberries, $1.49 for a 6-ounce. Now they're back up to $3.99, even over $4 for a little 6-ounce pack of raspberries. Well, they're getting lower and they're going to up the price on them, supply and demand, right? And that's where we're seeing things with stuff like apples. Why we still have apples in the stores? Because they're charging outrageous prices. And then when they start getting over flooded with them again, then they'll have a sale for $1.49 a pound. You notice we've been seeing a lot more sales at places like Meijer lately. Well, that is why. That is why, because, you know, when you're having to throw away so many and you have so much extra room, you know, so much extra in the back, you got to get rid of it, right? So that's what they're doing. They're slapping a sale on them a lot quicker these days. Because if you notice in the fall, yes, it's in season, but they're the regular price may drop down on them, but they're not quick to put like a super sale on like, you know, apples and stuff. $10 for a watermelon right now, guys. $10. And I know, okay, yeah, they're out of season, but they're just going to sit there. They're just going to sit there. And then all of a sudden you'll see like a sale one day, like $7.99 for a watermelon. There'll be like one left. You know, even at that, I would just let it sit. Like, you guys got to lower these prices a lot more than that. Did I say eggs? Okay, yeah, eggs have been in short supply, but the biggest thing with the eggs, as you guys know, over the last couple months, has been the prices. We have since seen the prices drop back down. But again, we don't want to get, you know, that's not good enough with the price. They need to drop, you know, a little closer than what they were last year. We can't see that big of a price increase and just stay at $2.29 for 12 eggs, right? I mean, that's a little crazy. That's 130% more than what it was last year. When you can get eggs for $1 last year, and yeah, okay, I understand the spike, right, when it got crazy, but now it's not, and they should have dropped more. However, that is on the list of things that they say. Again, guys, I Googled this and I saw like a few different things, and most of the sites that I were looking at were saying all the same products. Beer and champagne kept coming up on these. I don't know if that has to do with wheat or barley or something like that, but corn was one of them. Eggs is another, and I kind of have a feeling they're right on that, because we have the WHO, right? The World Health Organization that has come out and they're talking about the bird cold again and the avian flu and all that stuff. That's coming back out, and you better believe they're going to find a way to raise those prices again. However, we saw something really awesome with people, with the eggs. People weren't buying them. They're like, you know what, you're going to charge that? Let them sit. And we were literally seeing Kroger stores and places stacking eggs in everywhere, every corner they could. Every corner they could, because nobody was buying them. And, you know, they want you to keep looking at them. So you're like, oh, you sure you don't want them? You know, we were seeing them in cabinets that they're never in. You know, we'd see them next to, like, steaks and stuff, you know, maybe steak and eggs. I don't know if that's what they were thinking, but they're smart. They're smart. They're going to try and do that. And number one on the list for 2023 that was going to be in short supply is baby formula. Oh, you think? Guys, I don't know. That's why, you know, it's always good to prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for the future. You know, things, you know, we go over these sales, we go over these prices every week. We have people that literally write their grocery list down to some of the things that we talk about in the stores. And that makes me feel like I'm doing my job. I mean, it's amazing. We have a great YouTube family on here that is always helping each other in different states all around the world. It's amazing. And some of these prices, and we will be going over more prices as we go along, how we can tackle these prices, how we can save money, how stocking up some could actually help you a lot in the future, because we don't know what the future brings. With, you know, like I said earlier in the video, with factories that just, you know, you can really, you know, you start Googling some of this stuff, it's like, it's crazy. Look at all the train derailments they've had this year. Over the last year, look at all the train derailments. It's over 1,000. Over 1,000 train derailments in the last year. I did not know that. I did not know that. I think I've talked about it. I did a little bit of research on that, and it's like, if there's that many train derailments in our country, there is a serious problem. There is a serious problem. That is infrastructure or something else. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it all. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about all this going on in our country right now. So I will say everything that I always say on this channel, while we see it, while we find it, while we're able to get it. It's good to prepare. It's good to prepare for the future. It's good to stock up on sales as we see them, no matter what it is. We find a good deal on something, whether it's coffee, meat, sugar, stuff to make your own meals. You know, it's what you want to save money. That's the way to really do it. You know, you can make food from scratch. We have people that are leaving recipes for stuff all the time down in the comments. Absolutely amazing people that are always trying to help, and thank you all for that. But you know, we have so many things that we can do to make life easier in the future, and one of them being eating. We're going to always need food, right? And if we can save money now on it, it will help us save money in the future. So guys, let us know down below if any of the food shortages are affecting your stores around the country or around the world. Let us know down below. We're expecting to always see shortages. Luckily, knock on wood, it hasn't been as bad as it was a year ago. But we're still seeing gaping holes of things, stuff going away, coming back at a higher price. But that's mostly what we're seeing now. We'll see something disappear, right? Like canned mushrooms. That's been the latest. You know, we've gotten comments on canned mushrooms. They've been gone for a while. I'd be willing to bet money that when they come back, they're going to be even at a higher price, which are already at a high price. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see those go up again. You'd see some trickery in some of this stuff too. Like when we saw the oats go away at Aldi and we saw them change the price when they weren't even there for weeks. They're big cans of oats. When they went from $2.49 to $3.49, and now they're $3.69. But we saw when they were gone, they changed the prices before they were even coming back to kind of warn people up, like, well, this is going to be the price when they come back. You know, a lot of trickery in the grocery stores, a lot of trickery in the food business in general. But that is what it is. It is a business, and sometimes we just have to work around the different deals of the business. Again, you know, we always, this channel, we are all about saving you money in the grocery stores. Saving money in general, really. And, you know, checking out products, seeing what's going on around the world and everything. You know, it's crazy times right now, guys. Crazy times. And hopefully this isn't true. Hopefully the food shortages that we're expected to see in 2023, maybe they work something out. Hopefully they work everything out with the baby formula, because that is just ridiculous. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. Continue to stock up on the sales. Again, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe down below. Make sure to share this video to your social media to help spread the word. It really helps us out a lot, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night.